Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Comfy Nest with Grace Kurtz. That's me. Hey, friends. I'm ready to do some crafting. I'm going to create a little, it's small, vertical porch sign using Essential Stencil, and it's for our Secret Santa gift away. I'm going to call it a gift away because I know that Facebook doesn't like the other word, so I just thought today we could call it a gift away. Do you think they'll catch that in their algorithms? We're not supposed to use these words because it kind of like slows down our sharing of our live feeds, and so we try to stay away from these words. Those of us who are creatives who are trying to get a hold of more people and be introduced to more people, so we ask you to share, S-H-A-R-E. But now a lot of people aren't saying that word because apparently Facebook catches it and then they won't show our video to other people. I don't know. I'm just a creative girl trying to make pretty things. That's all. So the other day, hello, Brandy. Brandy is here. And Tammy is here from Georgia. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing or sprinkling or gifting. Maybe we could call it gifting. I love that. Hey, Tracy. And Nicole is here from Missouri, and Debbie's here. Welcome. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for letting me know you're here. It is so helpful to feel like I'm not like just talking to myself in a room all by myself. It really does help, you guys. So hey, Freedom in Kentucky, and Janet is here from Washington. Danita is here, and Belinda. Welcome. So I already painted the board. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Melissa the other day I'm going to clean my table while I do that. You guys can watch me. So this is my craft mat that I use, and it's really big, you guys. I think it's 36 inches by it's got to be about 16 or 18 inches wide. And I painted the board. So that's what you see, all those red streaks. And then I just used my little water bottle here to spray the paint down. I painted it about an hour ago. And I love my craft mat, and a lot of you, when I use my craft mat, I usually get at least 3, 4, 5 emails saying, where did you get your craft mat? I put the link to my Amazon store in the description of this live, so you can find this craft mat in my Amazon store in the section that says craft supplies you'll love, and some of my favorites are in there, so you can go in there and find it. I'm just cleaning up. You can see I got red streaks of red paint. This is where I laid my board out. I went with a little board today, you guys, partially because if you know me and you know my room here that I work from, you know that my room is little. It's not very big. So partially because those 6-foot boards are really difficult to navigate. So I thought, let me see if I can do a little board, and it's going to work really well with this set here. I'm going to use this set. Let me flip this camera so you guys can see. Hey, Kathy in Southern Ohio. Hello. Welcome. Belinda says she wants one, a craft mat. They're brilliant. So the first craft mat that I got, you guys, I stick it to my wall with tape. It's just a little one. It's an 8.5 by 11, and I got this for my glue gun because you can, set your glue gun on here, and any glue that gets on it just like pops right off. So I got this for my glue gun. I literally stick it to my wall, so it's really handy and ready to go. But then when I discovered there was a really big one, I'm like, oh man, I'm all about that, because you guys, if you follow the Comfy Nest, I painted my craft table this gorgeous distressed gray and white, and then stamped all of the wood pattern on there. I did that probably in this past summer. And then I had this beautiful table, and I thought, oh man, I don't want to get paint all over it. So this big craft mat is just perfect for it. And then I roll it up and put it aside when I need to. So it's brilliant to do that. Brenda says hello from Mickey Mouse, Florida. Hello, Miss Brenda. My cow with the wreath. Isn't that cute? I hope he doesn't fall down. You guys, I'm scared to death put nail holes in the wall. So I literally, like 15 minutes ago, just hung that on the wall using one of those little 3M things. They always fall off the wall though. So let's just see. It may fall off the wall in the next 30 minutes. We shall see, and hopefully it doesn't break. So Dana, let's hope my little cow doesn't break. Thank you for saying that. Hey, Jenny in Texas, I will gift away. I'm going to use the word gift away. 3 stencil sets from Essential Stencil. To those who are here, guests who are here, make sure you say hello so I know that you're here. At the end, I'll be randomly just pulling out 3 names, and those folks will win. My little comfy crafting room. It is comfy and cozy. It's so little. It's little, and it is really full, you guys. My husband's like, man, it's a mess in there. And It's not really messy, it's just really crowded. That's the problem. I need more space. Don't we all? Like, give me a thumbs up if you're a crafty person. Gal or guy, if you're a crafty guy and you just feel like you need more space, right? You need more space. We need room to create. Good morning, Sherry. And Nancy is here. Look at all those thumbs up, right? I know you guys can relate. You totally can relate. Hey, Elizabeth in New Hampshire. I'm a Massachusetts girl. Born and raised in Boston. My brother lives in New Bedford, New Hampshire. So hello. My sister lives in Lawrence, Mass. Maybe, oh no, she won't pop on today because it's not nighttime. She's at work. She works at Mass General in the daycare center, the like little preschool there. Thank you, Samantha says she loves my cow. Kippy says, haven't been here for a while, so welcome back. Glad you're here. Hi, Diana in Ohio. And Beth is coming in from Scranton, PA. Yay. And Nicole Benzica, she says, I got my stencil of the month today. So you guys, some of you are waiting. Those of you who have joined the Stencil of the Month Club, welcome to that program. And I'm so excited about that. You'll meet me over in that private group. There's a private group just for club members. And my stencil that I designed that I'm so excited about, the little snowman, is he here? Where is he? He's right here. Anyway, I'll just show you the first project I did with my set. So it's a build a snowman set with a tree, and it's got a couple of, it has a beautiful phrase actually. It says, yeah, I have it right here. Let nothing dim the light that shines from within. So that's the phrase, and it comes with the background of the stars. So I'm so excited about that set. So those of you who joined in December to get it, thank you for doing it. It's such an honor. It's such an honor. You can still get that snowman set if you join the Stencil of the Month Club between now and December 20th. Once December 21st hits, that set is not the stencil anymore. It'll move over to the next Stencil of the Month, which will be the one for January, which we haven't seen yet. So that will be announced, I'm sure, in that group. Dana says, my command strips always fall off too. Well, pray God bind it, or at least catch it when it falls, right? It's such a risk. I do not want to put a little million holes because I change my mind all the time about what I want behind me. So I have my husband put in this little ledge, right? It's just about, 5 inches wide so I can prop stuff up, but I still want to hang more. Like, look at all that blank space up there. I could be hanging stuff. I'll work on that. And let's just pray. Lord, don't let my command strip come undone. They're like those little 3M. I don't know, maybe there's another brand. I think the duct tape brand, I think they make them too. Maybe we should try those, Dana. Yay, Pamela says she used my stencil today. Thank you. You guys, we almost have 100 viewers at 11 in the morning. Yay, early bird morning, folks. Bill is here. Hello, Bill. And Anita from Louisiana and Penny. Okay, let me get working on this little, hey, Barb in Wisconsin. I love to say hello to everybody, though. Hey, Erin says, I watch all the videos, just never live. Well, you caught me live today, girlfriend. Yay. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to use this set, if you can believe it or not. Wait till you see how small my board is. So this is the set. This is the set I'm going to use. I'm not going to use all of it. I won't have room because my board is little. I'll show you in a minute. But I am also going to use, I love the buffalo plaid. Look at all I love buffalo plaid. So I'm going to use the little set, the set of 3. They're the set of 3. They're 8 by 8, and it comes in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to use the biggest of the 3 sizes. So you get big, small, and there's a medium one. And then, of course, we have that other set with the deer head that is the really much bigger one that I used for this. So you can see the size difference in the buffalo check with this, right? So I'm going to use this one because look at my board. It's little. I painted it red already. Look how little it is, you guys. Let me measure this. This is 5 inches by, my thing isn't long enough to do it this way. Let's see if I can figure it out. So that would be 2 feet. I'm going to say it's 5 by, it's 24 and 18. It's 5 by 36 maybe. It's little. It's 5 inches by about 36 inches. And I'm being totally honest with you. The part of the reason I did it is because my room just isn't very big, and it is very difficult for me to maneuver those 12-inch by 6-foot boards. It can be done if you've seen it before. It just is a lot of work. And I just thought, I have this board on hand. I'm going to gift it. So This way, whoever ends up, I'm going to Secret Santa. I'm going to be Secret Santa. I'm going to be a little elf, and I'm going to drop it off on someone's porch randomly. Well, it won't be totally random. I'm going to pick somebody. If anybody in Devil's Lake wants to nominate someone, let me know who you think might deserve a little Christmas cheer, like a Christmas surprise at their house. Like, who's in need of that? If you know somebody who's, you know, maybe they're just struggling a little this Christmas, or maybe they have little children and they need more decorations at their house for the magic of Christmas, you let me know, because I'm totally open to ideas and nominations, I guess you would call it. But Melissa started this. Melissa, I'm going to put this down so I can start stenciling while I talk with you. This is the set that I'm going to use. This Santa Stop Here is what's going on here. You won't believe. I think I'm going to be able to fit the whole thing on here. Let me get this out of the way, though, so I can start painting. Melissa from Miller's Rustic Sawmill. Here's my tinfoil, my used up tinfoil. Those of you who know me, I use these little strips of tinfoil for my paint, for my like paint palette. I'm going to be using black on the red. I'll tell you about Melissa here in a minute, because I know somebody's going to ask. This is the red that I used. You guys, I think I got this at a secondhand store. I really did, a long time ago. It's a really old bottle of Crimson Red Apple Barrel. So I just put on, I think this is just a regular pine board, and I only put one coat, so you can really still see the grains and the knots, which I really like. And I did paint both sides just so, you know, I'm gifting it, and I was debating, do I decorate both sides or not? But at least both sides will be, have red on it, which will make it really festive. Anyway, let me get back to Melissa, because I go on and on. Melissa and her husband Bucky came up with this idea a couple of years ago, and they just hadn't instituted it yet. But what they wanted to do was to like be Secret Santa and just give away one of these porch boards to someone, you know, just to surprise them. And I love the idea. She asked in the brand ambassador group the other day, are you girls, like, what do you think? Do you want to do this? And I said, I'm totally in. I am really pressed for time. Okay. So watch what you ask for, right? So I'm super pressed for time, you guys. I'm doing a cookie exchange tonight with my girlfriends. We do this once a year. We do a sock exchange and a cookie exchange, and not everybody does both. And last 2 years, I did not even do the cookie thing. My son and I both should be basically grain-free, gluten-free. So it's a little bit of a difficulty to bring home 6 dozen cookies and then not be able to share them. Anyway, this year I thought I'm going to do it. I'll bring some stuff home for my other boys in the house to share. I made some of the cookies yesterday, and I was like, this isn't going to work. Maybe I'll post a picture later. I thought these are not going to work. So I ran to the store with my son. I went to pick up both of my kids. Had to drop one off somewhere. The other one decided not to go because it wasn't feeling good. So we went to Walmart to get him something that he needed and butter. And I came home without the butter to make more cookies. So we were home last night. I said, I'm not going back out again. It takes me about 15 minutes to get to the grocery store from where we live. Nope, not doing it again. So yeah, I'm going to figure out some cookies for tonight. So that's what I was doing earlier. And so I'm really pressed for time. But when Melissa said, like, can we please, like, if anybody's interested, would you want, this would be really fun to do for the Essential Stencil folks, and we could do the live giftaways on the Essential Stencil page, which is what I'm going to do. I think it's such a fun idea. Like, I'll sneak up on someone's porch and gift it. So like I said, if anybody out there has a suggestion of who might be a good person or family or group, a daycare, it doesn't matter to me, just who might be somebody deserving. Okay, you guys, I kind of like the half undone buffalo plaid. I kind of like it. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. Let me show you. I think on this side, I did it really dark and like perfect, the buffalo plaid. But on this side, I did the scratchy, not perfect. And I really, really like this look. So that's what I'm going to go with rather than this full perfect thing. Just FYI. So when you see me doing this, it's purposeful. Like I'm trying not to make it perfect. I want it kind of scratchy and rustic looking. Hey, Rebecca. She says, hello, everybody. Tabitha says, I've never watched one of these. Tabitha, welcome, girly. Welcome to the Comfy Nest. If you're new to the Comfy Nest, please let me know that so I can offer you a warm welcome. Thanks for coming over. Please like and follow my page. I had this really lofty goal to get to 5,000 likes before the end of the year, and I don't think I'm going to quite hit it, but I am so grateful. You guys, my page has grown so much in the last year, and I'm so grateful for all of you who come and follow along, or even if you're stopping by just once, I am honored to have you here. So thanks for joining me just for the morning. So many fun people to chat with. Beth says, I got my Stencil in the Month Club on Saturday and I love it. Yay. Bill says, I just got mine 5 minutes ago. Yes, there still are some people waiting. Tara says, I made a snowman this morning. They're so fun, right? Hey, Mimi. Kim says, my daughter is moving out tomorrow and guess who's getting a craft room? Sorry. All right, so sorry that your daughter's leaving, but it's small too, but I'm super excited, Kim. I'm excited for you. That's good stuff. I mean, that's really good stuff. Good for your daughter too. I mean, that's exciting. It's a big change for her too, I'm sure. All right, watching off and on from work. And I did share the live. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for gifting. Should we call it gifting? I'm not a real huge fan of the word sprinkling. It was cute, but I don't know. I think we're supposed to stay away from saying that word share. Hello, Karen Voss. And here's Diane. She says she loves the snowman set. Hello, Emma. What a pretty name. Emily Block from Southeast Texas. She got her stencil. Yay. All right, let me keep going because I love to chat with you guys. I love to chat and visit. Actually, if I sit down, you can see me and the project, I think. All right, I got my little apron on. So unbeknownst to me, I have 4 sisters and I had 8 brothers. We've lost one, so I have 7 brothers now. But unbeknownst to me, my sister Kathy messages me and says, I joined the club, yay. And then she messaged me the other day, because she joined a few weeks ago. She messaged me the other day, she signed up for the 6-month program, so she got the apron. Then this weekend, my sister Beth messages me and she says, looks what come in the mail. And she got the apron, so she must have signed up. I haven't even talked to her about it yet. She must have signed up for the 6th month too. I'm pretty excited. I'm excited about that. All right, let me do a little bit of this. I'm going to hinge this back. I call it the Hinge Method. And you guys, I have not taped it. I'm just holding it. But let me hinge this back and I'll show you kind of what this is going to be, that scratchy look. It's not perfect, and I like it that way. I kind of like it. Plus, it takes off the pressure of being perfect. You guys see my little tin foil here because I want you to see how I offload. I add paint. My sister, this weekend, I've got bleed through. I said, offload, offload, offload. Offload your paint, and you really want to work it. So I do in little circles. I really want to work it into those bristles. This is the Essential Stencil brush set that I love so much. They are back ordered, like out of stock right now, but they'll come back. They'll come back. I'm pretty sure of that. We talked about that the other day, Ramon and I. So I said to my sister, they're kind of worth the wait. She said, I don't want to wait. I want to work on my, my stuff now. So I said, makeup wedges, baby. So I honestly, she's so good because she understands completely. She said, you must just be swamped because we are getting ready to go to Florida. We take our kids to Florida for Christmas. So I'll see my sister, Kathy, and I'll see my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. And by the way, my lives while I'm gone on vacation are going to be from Florida, I decided. So at first my husband, I said to Essential Stencil, I'm not going to do that from vacation. Somebody's going to fill in for me, I hope. And then I was talking to my husband about it and he said, do your lives from Florida. It would be super fun. I said, really? You don't mind? And he said, no, do it. It'll be fun because we're there for 2 weeks. So my live, so I won't miss out on my time with you guys, it's going to be from Florida. And it's a different place from, you guys know that Amanda at Metal Modern Design is in Florida. But we looked it up the other day. She's like 7 hours from where we're going to be. But we'll be vacationing. She's lucky. She gets to live there. Blessed, I should say. She's very blessed by that. Someday that's my goal or hope. Okay, so I've got this part done. I have a long bit of board to do here. So all I need to do is, I'm not going to clean this. It's a messy look. So that messy look takes the pressure off that kind of thing. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to move it down and I'm going to match up this top row with the last row on the board. So just so that I know that I'm straight. And there won't be really any like bump in the road. It'll look very seamless. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do. So it's positioning it where it was before. So nothing shouldn't be crooked or anything like that. I'm looking for more comments here. Nicole says, I use the flat picture hanging command strips. They work really good, and I have different sizes for different weights. Nicole, private message me, girlfriend, and tell me what you're talking about. Flat picture hanging command strips. Do you mean the Velcro ones? Those work really good, the Velcros. But I found that not everything really works with the Velcro ones. Those little hooks, though, it's hit and miss, man. Mary says, hello from Washington State. Hello, friend. Dana says, I'll have to try the Duck brand. I'm pretty sure that Duck brand, the tape, that they make them too. I just haven't tried them yet. When I find one that really works, geez, I'll put them in my Amazon store, the link, because maybe I should look on Amazon and see if, because I just get mine from the local Walmart or Ace. We have an Ace Hardware, but I tend to be at Walmart a lot, so. All right, we're going for scratchy, so I'm not going to fill in every little nook and cranny of this. I'm going to paint white on top of the red and black. It really, you see it, you saw it on that sign behind me. It really stands out really well. If you guys decide you want to pick up this buffalo plaid or the other one, the Santa Stop Here, if you want to pick up any of those or any of the stencils, if you use my code, The Comfy Nest, you'll get 10% off. Or you can use the link that I shared and it'll automatically apply that 10% off. Same thing with the Stencil of the Month Club. If you use my code, The Comfy Nest, you'll get $5 off that first month. Hey, Barbara in Minnesota. Hello, hello. Hey, Pat. Pat is here. And Cheryl says they have different size strips for different weights. So they do in the, they have those in the Velcros for sure. And even in the hooks. And thankfully it tells you what weight it can hold, because that definitely does matter. Okay, I'm gonna hinge this up real quick. So I hold one part really firmly and just hinge it. This like lift it up so I can see. I wanna make just this part a little bit more noticeable. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna slide the board up, put my thing in position and do the next part. See, it's pretty easy once you get rocking and rolling with it. And I honestly, I'm not going for perfection because I want it to look kind of scratchy, etchy, rustic, that kind of thing. And Essential Stencil just posted, thank you for doing that. You guys are so awesome. Seth is here. Hi, Seth. It says 8 days left to get the snowman stencil by joining the club. So if you want that stencil that I designed, I'm so excited. You guys, I can't even tell you how proud and happy I am about that. It was so much fun to put that together. And they were awesome to work with, super helpful. Anyway, you have 8 days left if you want to get it, to join the club in order to get it. And then it will be on to the January stencil, which we have not seen. Somebody's going to ask. I don't know what it is. Haven't seen it yet. Linda says she loves the plaid set. Me too. I do too. I'm going every which way. I just really want to get a good, almost like a shadow of, can I call it a buffalo plaid shadow? It's not really complete. This one's really much too light. I do need a little bit in there. So you see, some places it's really dark, some places it's really lighter. I like this look. And it's very forgiving. So if you're a newbie, if you're new at stenciling, which I know a lot of you are, and I'm so proud of you for, you know, jumping in with both hands, both feet, jumping in and working on your project. Just start. Just start. I want you guys to just be really confident. I know bleed through is kind of a concern. I said to my sister this weekend, I said, practice on a paper bag or a cardboard box or something. So, because she had, you know, she went out and bought surfaces she wants to do Christmas gifts. So I said, okay, so if you're getting bleed through, just for a couple of times, you got to offload, offload, offload. Same advice for you guys. Just get like a paper bag or that brown craft paper or a cardboard box and practice on that. Hey, Karen in Oklahoma. Karen Horn, hello, hello. Go, go, Buffalo. I love it. Cute, Dana. Same here. Never catch it live, so I had to double check and make sure it was live. Yeah, so there should be a little, like a rectangle on the screen that says live with the number of people who are watching, which is so fun. We have 24, which has been down one. The more you guys gift it out to the world, the more you guys share it, then what happens is more people will see that we're live, and then they'll hop on too, which makes it like a huge party. It's like a huge stenciling party, which is so fun. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Cheryl. Lynn says, I haven't tried yet, but they have heavy-duty Velcro strips like that at Home Depot that are supposed to work better. Ooh, Lynn, we like those tips. Robin says, I finally caught you. See how fast this goes, you guys, when you're just not worried about it being so darn perfect? You can just pick it up. Like I said, I'm aligning this first row on the stencil with the last row that I painted. It's still wet. My stencil's still wet. And because I'm going with this really scratchy, rustic look, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. We're just filling it in. And then I'm going to put white letters on top that say Santa Stop Here. I think that would be just universal, right? Even if there are no little ones, whoever ends up with it. Melissa's idea of secret Santa gifting a porch sign, which she's going to do next week. She was painting hers the other day on Tuesday. I think she was painting. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, because Amanda's on Monday, Melissa's on Tuesday, Sharon's on Wednesday, I'm on Thursday. But anyway, she invited the other brand ambassadors to do it too, and I was like, heck yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay, that one was completely crooked. That's not too bad. It'll be all right. So I'm going to try to straighten this one out because that one did end up a little crooked. I'm going to straighten this guy out. I'm just going to make it work. I'm just not going to get overly stressed about it, and I don't want you to get stressed. Just have fun with your crafts. Have some fun. Karen says, I love the Secret Santa idea. Yeah, you guys, if you love that idea like Karen does, and if you have it, like if you have the opportunity to do the same thing, if you're creating things and you think, who can I gift that to? Just consider like maybe Secret Santa to someone. Like maybe there's somebody in your neighborhood who's a little lonely, or maybe there's a really busy family with littles who doesn't have a whole lot of time to do the outside decorating, or maybe one is a military spouse and they just don't have all the help they need to get the decorating done, or maybe someone's sick, whoever you can think of that might need a little cheer. And it doesn't have to be one of these porch boards. It could be something littler. It could be an ornament that you stick on their door and just say, Merry Christmas, Merry and Blessed Christmas from a Secret Santa. Wouldn't that be fun? I just feel like it's like, let's just do it. Like everybody just do it. I was thinking about painting some little ornaments that I could kind of drop off at like various people and places, because I think that's really sweet. That's the Christmas spirit as far as I'm concerned, don't you think? That's what Christmas is about. That's the Christmas spirit. Stephanie says you keep freezing. Stephanie, go out and come back in to the live so that you can hear and see everything that I'm doing. If you go out and come back in, it should reset it. You might even have to go all the way out of Facebook and all the way back in and just come back to the comfy nest. I'm plugging in my phone so I don't lose battery. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing. What type of paint do you use on glass? I have a few old windows that I would love to do something with. So Tammy, when you go to the craft store, hold on one minute. I'll be right back. There are paints that are made for multi-surface. Folk Art has this multi-surface, and on the top it actually shows. You can do it on a wine glass, like a plastic bucket, a wood or tin bucket, a wood birdhouse. Like it's multi-surface. It says superior coverage, indoor, outdoor, and it's dishwasher safe. So you're looking for a multi-surface paint if you want to do glass. And that's Folk Art. I mean, other brands of paint may call it something different, but if you just go into, or you can even go on Amazon and type in multi-surface acrylic paint, you'll probably find it. Hey, Annetta from Missouri. Dana says crimson is a great shade. That red is very pretty. This red is just crimson from Apple Barrel, and it's just one really thin coat over the wood. Joanne says, I'm loving the tinfoil so much better because of you. It's so easy. It's so easy, and you get so much use out of it rather than those paper plates or those wax-covered plates. For instance, I think if you have a nursing home in your area, you can get the name of an elderly person with no family and do a Secret Santa for them. Fran, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. I love it. That's a great idea. I'm trying to read through some of these. Hey, Jennifer, Money. I'm just trying to say hello to folks and welcome folks. Hey, Peggy's here from Ben Wheeler, Texas. Hello. We're buying gifts for some residents at our local nursing home. This is what Beth says. with no family, and we will donate and collect stuff for the, and I can't see the rest of your comment for some reason. Sorry about that. All right, I'm going to try to get to the bottom because I'm not caught up at all with all the comments. Tinfoil tip is the best tip from you. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And someone just said, I paid for the person behind me. Lynn, I paid for the person behind me in the drive-through, food drive-through. Someone paid for my groceries the night before Christmas a few years ago. There's so many things a person can do. There are so many things. There are so many things you can do that are just simple and little. But as a crafter, creator, painter, like, you know, if that's your hobby and you get a lot of joy out of it, how much more joy can we get and give by gifting some of our creations, right? Just something handmade is just so much more special, I think, than a store-bought. Now listen, if you don't have the time, but you want to do something, then run to the store and buy someone a little bag of candy and maybe a cute little ornament at the dollar store, and you can drop that off on their door handle just as easily. I'm not saying that that's not worthy and fabulous and beautiful too. But I just mean, if we're already crafting and you have the time and ability to share like that, to gift someone, I say go for it. I think it's such a great idea. All right, I'm just on the last bit of this, and then I'm going to move over to the words. And you'll see, this is going to be extremely tight. It's a 5-inch board. The letters are just going to fit. And in fact, I think the A doesn't even really fit. But you'll see. You'll see. All right. It's great. I'm going to put this aside because it's dirty and I'll have to clean it later. My little craft mat fell off the wall, so I'm going to put it on top of that because it'll just protect what's underneath it. Paint all over my fingers. This is why I always have my handy wipes handy to like clean myself up. And then I'm going to get into this Santa. Stop here, and I had to get really creative. I kind of tested it just visually for myself to see, am I actually going to be able to fit this on here? And I can, but you'll see I have to get like a little creative to make it all fit. I won't get the Santa and the sleigh, and I won't, although there's that cute little Santa belt buckle. I won't get all that. If not, that's not going to work. Oh, by the way, before I came live, I'm like scratching my nose, and before I came live, I looked in the mirror real quick because my hair's been acting funky. And I had red paint on my nose, which means I was painting and itched my face with paint on my finger. So there you have it. You can see anything when you come to the Comfy Nest, right? This is all real. Like, it's like a reality show. There's no editor. Like, I got nobody back there bleeping things out that I shouldn't say. Madeline said, it makes your heart smile to gift others. My husband and I made homemade. I'm assuming you mean brandied olives. It says brained olives, and gave it to our doctors, mailmen and neighbors. Gave just so much joy, isn't it? It's just such a simple little gesture, but it means so much to people. Thank you, Susan. She says, you're a great painter. The freehand isn't so great for me. It comes with more time. I use my book, my sketchbook, and I practice at night. If we're watching TV, I kind of practice things at night. Karen says, I need ideas on how to dress up my finished stencil products. Go. Like, okay, this is perfect. We have 130 creators on board. So go. Give her some ideas, folks. Karen is asking, what can she do to embellish these boards a little bit? All right, I have to use up every inch of space for these letters. So I'm going to move this board down enough so that you can see. Here's the top right here. And I have got to use up every inch because it's just going to fit. So if you're doing this on a 6-foot board, this stencil set is made for, and it tells us on the packaging, so 5-foot board. You can fit this on a 5-foot board, okay? And the spacing, if you just left the spacing on a 5-foot board, it'll fit. This is not a 5-foot board. This is like 3 feet, I think. And I'm going to make it work. We're going to force it to do what I want it to do. I always say, you're not the boss of me. Like I do talk to myself when I'm crafting, and I'll say, listen up, board and stencil, you're not the boss of me. You're going to do what I want you to do. One of your welcome signs would be a good for a nursing home or an assisted living, Diana says. Good idea. Couldn't find the Amazon link. I will share it with you guys. If you private message me, I can send it, but it's basically amazon.com/thecomfynest. And then you'll find my Amazon store. So many good little suggestions in there. Oh, Kim says I glued jingle bells on one of my boards. Yay, that's fun. I'm gonna put this black in my water. You know, I always have this little bucket of water for my paint brushes. Just make sure that the water, and this one it does, so I have two now, that the water doesn't go over the flange, this part of your, you don't want this part getting in water, just the bristles, okay? And you can let them sit there and do not leave them for hours and hours on end. It's just, I'm leaving it there while I'm finishing my little project here. Okay, so I'm gonna get some white paint and we're gonna start putting the white on here. Keep giving Karen and everybody else ideas on how you embellish your, porch signs. Like, what do you do? I love adding ribbon. I love adding like bows, and I usually just staple them on so the wind doesn't blow them off. Rather than gluing them, I just staple them onto the board because then I can rip it off and like store it or change out the bow if it gets kind of messed up in the wind or weather. Mimi says, I talk to my crafts too. I'm always like, really? Wait, what did someone sell? Anna says, tell that stencil, don't tell me how to live my life. I love it. We need some t-shirts that say these things. Oh, you know what would be really fun? You know that for embellishing, someone just said I put jingle bells on, which is a great idea. How about, wait, I have to eyeball and I can't measure and talk at the same time. How about those, you know all those lights that are, I have too much paint. I gotta offload. You know those lights that are battery operated, that kind of like you don't need to plug them in? You could totally wrap those around the top and then tape the little battery pack to the back. They're really small now, those battery packs, because they use those cell batteries, the little round ones like that you use in your watch or your key fob for your car. It's the same. I haven't decided if I'm going perfect with the white or if I'm going scratchy. So I'm going to do it scratchy. I'm going to look at it and then decide. I go scratchy, and that means the buffalo plaid is going to be showing through, which I'm fine with if I like the look. So I'm going to get this S done in a real scratchy way. And then I'll hinge this up and we'll take a peek. I don't know. I kind of like the scratchy idea. Okay, I'm holding this down strongly so that when I place it back down, if I want to keep painting, it's going to be in the same position. It's just easier that way. So I like it scratchy, you guys. What do you think? Is that good? Because you can kind of see the red and the black coming through, but you can still see it clearly. See, I really like contrast. So really dark red, really dark blacks. I have a black, and then on top of that, pure white. It shows up really well. It's a huge contrast. I'm seeing a lot of hearts and likes, and let's do it. And the nice thing about that is you saw how fast that was. It's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's not even full coverage. I don't have to go back with more paint later. We just move on to the A. We're done with that. We're going to move on to the A. Now listen, that's a little bit wet. Good thing we're not going for perfect. The A does not fit. Okay, the A is not going to fit. What I lose on the A, thank you for all those hearts, you guys, and likes. I really do ask because I want your opinion. So thank you for telling me that. Yeah, you give me the green light, the thumbs up on that. Look at that. Love it. Good contrast. Yes, scratchy. Kim says, yeah, I got to try the lights, right? Wouldn't that be so easy to do? I have a bunch of those sets and I just don't even use them. I don't even think about it, but that would be a great little thing to add to the gift. And they're cheap now. You can get those at the dollar store, those kinds of lights. They're really not expensive anymore. They were when they first came out, like $8 for a set. Now you can get them for $2, $3. Oh, Santa hat. That's a really good idea, Mary. All right, let's see. The A isn't going to fit. I'm going to lose a little bit of the wing, the bottom of the A on each side, and I'm totally good with that. I'm totally good with it. It's totally fine. I don't know. When I don't stand up, you guys, it's really hard for me to see if I'm totally straight and perfect. I've gotten over the perfection thing. I've gotten over it in terms of my crafting. I really have. It's like the thief of joy. You know how people will say either the comparison or perfection, it's the thief of joy. Don't let it rob you of your joy of stenciling. Don't let it do that. Just stencil your little heart out. Use your supplies. Get them out. Play. Have fun with it. Gift it to people. because they'll just, you know, it's such a warm, lovely thing to do, is to put the work and effort into it and then gift it to someone. It's so nice. All right, my A is not going to fit. It's going to be real scratchy, but let's take a look. I'm going to hinge it up and you'll see I lose just like, not like maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe even less than that on either side of the A. But it's okay. It's all right. Check it out. That's all right, right? That'll work. SA, kind of scratchy. We can put these aside. And now I need the N and the T. And then I have to get creative with what to do on the bottom because the stop here doesn't really fit. But I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. You're not the boss of me. I can't sing worth a lick. You guys, my kids had their choir concert recently. And my one son said, Mom, we're not even ready. You know, the songs aren't ready. Not everybody knows all the words. It's going to be terrible. That's what he said beforehand. And I was like a blubbery mess. It was so good. It was so good. And I recorded some of it. My girlfriend recorded all of it and sent me the videos. And I've been watching them. Like, I'll watch them a couple of times a day. And my son caught me. I was waiting for them in the car at school, and I was listening to it again. And he's like, why are you listening to that again? I said, because it's so good. They did such a nice job. There's nothing like kids singing Christmas songs. I'm sorry, but I think that's awesome. So blessed to have, you know, at our school, it's Mrs. Richards and Mr. Streed are their band and choir instructors. And I swear to you, it's a different breed of teacher because that's a lot of kids. There were a lot of kids on those, you know, they have like the risers and there are a lot of kids. My kids don't take strings, but Mr. Newcomb in our town is the strings teacher, like the orchestra. A lot of kids. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they teach all of those kids, all of those things in such a short amount of time. I say it, like I said, they're a different brand of people and I admire them so much. And I'm so thankful because I'm not musical at all. I love music, but I have no musical background. I just really have a love and appreciation for it. Always have. Oh, it's cute. It's going to be really tight, you guys, but I like the idea of the small one. First of all, it's easier for me. I'm being totally honest. It is easier for me, but then I thought maybe it's going to be better for the person I gift it to as well, because if they're like, if they don't have a ton of room where they are, if it ends up at an apartment building or if they have a little house, it won't be terrible to store it when it's not winter. Tammy says, our children at our church have their musical Sunday and I can't wait for their families and friends to hear they have worked. Uh-oh, now I can't see the rest of that. Darn it, why does Facebook do that? Tammy, I can't read the rest of your comment. They have worked. I'm trying. Can you see the camera moving? I'm trying to see more and it won't let me. I'm assuming she said they worked so hard. They do, they work so hard. And it takes a lot of guts to get up there, right? In front of a huge group of people. And we don't have like a stage, unfortunately. The middle school gym was where they were doing it and they put risers out for the kids and all of, you know, for the kids who were playing their violins, string instruments. It wasn't just violins. There was more than that out there. They just sit on the floor in the gym and we sit in the, my son said, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl because they sit on the floor of the gym and all the parents sit on either side in the risers, you know, the guest risers, like for a basketball game. He said, Mom, you're all like staring down at us. So it takes a lot of guts to get up in front of hundreds of people and sing like that. All right, this will go faster just because we're not doing the whole thing. I already have the A dirty on this one, so I'm just going to use this one instead of the other one, so I don't have to clean one of them. Again, I'm always motivated by what's easiest for me. So again, the A doesn't fit all the way on here, but it's good. I do have to stand up because short girl problems. I just struggle to see it if I'm not standing. Okay, I think that's good. All right. Yeah, so Susan says it probably is stressful, but they get it done, thanks to God. I think it's so good for them, too, like for my kids, to be challenged with something like that because it is out of their comfort zone. It's not something that they're used to. So, and it's not, you know, it's not like they're all by themselves on stage. There's, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 kids out there with them, depending on if it's band, choir, or the orchestra kids. So it's good that they have their friends out there with them. That takes a little bit of the pressure off. All right, let's see. Hinge. We're going to hinge. Yep, it's good. It's good. Okay, so let's do the stop here. This is going to be the challenging part because it does not fit. So let me show you what we got so far. So Santa, oh, you can't really see. So here we go. Santa, see, I love that the letters are like as big as the board. I love that because I think it's like really bold. It looks really bold on this little board, doesn't it? It's a 5-inch board. Looks really bold. So I know we always do the 6-foot board or the 5-foot board by 12 inches. And then the letters look smaller, but then you have a lot of room for putting snowflakes or any other embellishments you want. There's not room here for embellishments. There's just not a whole lot of room, but I love the way that looks. Thank you for all those hearts, you guys. Thank you. All right, the stop here. Stop is straight across on this panel, which I think is a 12-inch panel. So let me show you on my board. Stop is not gonna fit. So my plan was to do ST and then OP underneath, like you see sometimes on some things. Thank you. Tracy said adorable. Right? So Anna says you can't even tell that the A doesn't technically fit. Your eye doesn't focus on that. That's what thank you for bringing that up, Anna, because I think we all need to remember that when people are looking at our creations, they don't see the flaws that you see. They don't see that the A didn't fit because they don't see what the A was in the first place. They just see Santa. They're not looking to see that, oh, there might be a 1/4 inch of that A missing. Or that your plaid may not be perfectly straight. They don't notice any of that stuff, you guys, I promise you. Because they're just enjoying the fact that it's a pretty little sign that you put out, right? Okay, I'm gonna keep the same spacing, I think. Although, no, I'm gonna go a little further from the A with the ST, and I'm eyeballing it, you guys. I am not measuring it. Like, you could take a ruler out and check on each side how far away the T is from the edge and how far the S is from the edge. I don't do that anymore. I just don't. I don't get worked up over stuff like that. I eyeball it, and if it's looks close, it's good enough for me. Okay, I did not tape off my O, but maybe I should have because I don't want any white getting in over here where the O is. I'll just use my fingers. I do that a lot. Just, it's easier. All right, let's see. Hinge. Yep, I'm gonna make my T just a little darker right here. These letters for this word stop, the letters are so much smaller. They're like less, or maybe just about half the size as the letters that make up the word Santa. So for these letters, they're still gonna be scratchy, but I am gonna make them a little darker, like a little more white paint, so that they don't get lost, if that makes sense. I still want it to be scratchy, but I want it to be less scratchy so that it really shows up. See, there's my ST. Whoa, geez. And then I'm gonna go down below that with the O. I gotta give that a second to dry. And then here is gonna go here. It's gonna fit all the way. And then I think I might just put a few snowflakes, the snowflakes on the bottom, but here is just gonna fit. I'm gonna lose a little bit of the E, I think. Oh, maybe not. But let's give that a second to dry. Okay, so just, I'm gonna pull 3 names, just random people who've commented. I'm gonna, pull your name. 3 of you will win a set of stencils that Essential Stencil will send to you. So if you win, you are going to email support@essentialstencil.com, and you email them with your mailing address and they will send them out to you. Oh, a children's hospital. That's a great idea, Diana, for a sign, for a Secret Santa porch sign. Aw, thanks, Mary. She said, I love how you're so creative and love watching you. I hope that, thank you for saying that. It means a lot to me. And I hope that my, talking you through my rationale with some of this stuff just gives you the freedom to just have fun when you get your supplies. Just don't pigeonhole yourself or back yourself into a corner that has to be a certain way. That it says 5-foot board on the packaging, so I gotta go find a 5-foot board. No, you do not. I had this board, this panel, probably from when we did the work on our house. It was in our garage. So I grabbed it and I'm like, that'll do, that'll work. Joanne says, I wish I had a stop sign stencil. Maybe you'll win. Maybe you'll win, Joanne. Let's see who wins. Whoever gets the Secret Santa board will be happy. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. And I hope this encourages you guys. Hey, Haley in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Hello, hello. I hope this encourages you guys to just go for it. Just have fun with your stuff. Don't get overly stressed. Don't let the bleed through stop you from playing. Just maybe practice a little bit on paper plate. I'm telling you guys, I practice. I'm going to put this aside because I still have paint on my tin foil and I don't want my stencil getting in the tin foil. I'm going to show you. I have both of them here. This was actually, I've showed you guys this before. This was I'll show you the cover so you can see. So these sketch diaries, like they're just sketch pads. They come in different sizes and I have 2 of them here. But I practice like, this is me, this little one of mine. I was practicing, like, what do I want to do here? I'm practicing some gnomes, flakes welcome. I'm just practicing stuff and coming up with ideas of different things, right? Different sizes. This is my practice one. And this used to be, I'll show you really quick, this used to be my son's little art book. And I can't throw out his little artwork. This is from he's 14. This is from years ago. He used to love to draw. And so we got him this little book so he could do the same thing. Then he stopped using it and it's been in my craft room, just in like the bucket with the markers and the crayons. And I said to him, I'm going to use it if you don't mind. He's like, go for it. This is my stencil practice. I was practicing stenciling, like, will these 2 colors work together? Can I make glitter work? Like, is it going to work? So if you don't want to practice on the surfaces that you've purchased, get yourself a sketchbook or just do it on a paper bag or your Amazon cardboard box. Open it and flatten it out and give yourself a little panel and practice. Then when you go to the board that you purchased and you sanded and you painted, you're going to feel more ready. And hopefully that just will give you more joy about your projects. That's my hope. Yeah, so Cheryl says she loves the sketchbook idea. So here's my other one. That's the little one. And then they do have the big one too. Like, so here's I'm teaching that Ho-Ho Santa. There was my snowman that I was practicing in different snowman faces. Here's the Ho-Ho Santa. I'm teaching that class tomorrow night. I'm teaching it here online. Same exact format as this. People are going to paint alongside with me. It's not too late. If you guys have a supply room of stuff, you can paint that alongside with me if you want to tomorrow night. It's just going to be in a private group, so paid members only, and it's just $15. So if you want to do that, you can private message me. I'll try to get you in there tomorrow night so you can paint with me. Ho, 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 Santa. Where is he? This is the one. So tomorrow night, if you want to join us. So that's for my craft therapy group. That's their monthly workshop. And then I added it as just like out to the public so that other people could do it with us. Okay, so stop is done. And that worked great. I'll put this aside here for a minute. So guys, can you see that? It's unconventional. It's not the way that the stencil was designed, but it still works, right? Still works. And now the here is going to go just underneath there. I think the whole thing is going to fit. Karen says, why? What the heck? What happened? What are you talking about? Finally getting the official down, finally. What? Oh, offload. Vanessa says, finally getting the offload down. Just keep offloading, offloading, offloading. If there's more paint coming off your brush, keep offloading. You want it to be like a dry brush because you go back again for a second coat of dry brush if you want it to be a deeper color or more coverage. Okay, so just not too much. Joyce says, lost the video. Oh no, Joyce, go out and come back in. Hey, Evelyn. Karen, that's funny. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do the here, and then I'll do a couple of snowflakes on the bottom, maybe. I thought about painting the snowman on the bottom, but I think these snowflakes will be cute. And then this will be ready. I'm going to top coat it, and then bye, Peggy. Peggy says, have a blessed day. Have fun with all your cookie and sock exchange. I hope so. I hope it goes off. I gotta figure out the cookie thing, girls. I don't know. I thought about going to the store and buying all of my friends. There's like 12 of us in the group, but only 6 of us are doing the exchange. So I need 5 dozen cookies. And I thought about just getting each one of them a package of Oreos. How lame is that? Because my cookies didn't work out the way I wanted them. The local, you guys, our local Votech school has a culinary arts program, and Mrs. Tweed does a phenomenal job. And every year they do sell the cookies that they make, and they make huge varieties of cookies. So I messaged her this morning and said, hey, are you guys ready? Because, man, I could go over there and buy their cookies, support the school, get a huge variety for my girlfriends, and it would not be Oreos. It would be so much better than Oreos. I'm going to make this, the letters are even smaller than the stop letters. So I am going to make this one more white. You guys are laughing at me, right? Would you be totally offended if I brought Oreos to your cookie exchange? Maybe I'd go fancier than Oreos. Maybe I'd get those, what do they call, the pirouette cookies? I just don't know. I'm so crunched for time. My cookies actually, Marcia says, I bet they taste good. I made shortbread cookies. They're really cute. They're called, somebody suggested it here on the Comfy Nest. I asked the other day, do you guys have, I need recipes. And someone said these confetti shortbread cookies. They taste really good, you guys, but the picture of the cookies are like these perfect little 1/2-inch squares. Mine are not. They're like, because it's a shortbread, they kind of crumbled when I was trying to cut them. They're like jagged. They look like rocks. They don't look like perfect little squares like a buffalo plaid. They're like jagged little rocks, and they taste great, but they look goofy. So I did not make another batch of those. I would have needed to make like 4 batches of those to get everybody some, because it's not a full cookie. They're like these little chunks. So I think I'm going to put, they taste really good. I just don't have time to make 4 more batches. So I'm going to put those in little cupcake, those little paper cupcake holders. I'm going to put 3 chunks in each one. So they'll each get 4 of those, like the equivalent of 4 cookies, because I only made 1 batch. Then I have this frozen batch of cookies that I think I can make, and I can get enough out for everybody. But then I was thinking, if I hear back from Mrs. Tweed, I'm going to buy their cookies. They do such a better job than me. They do. All right, I'm making my word here a lot darker because I need it to show up, and because it's so little, it needs to be darker. Still scratchy, but and not perfect. I'll show you here in a second, but darker. Okay, then we'll put some snowflakes on, and then I can draw some names. See? So it's not perfect. See that? I just eyeballed the centering. You see the stop? It's not completely centered perfectly. It's scratchy. And then when I hold it back, it all works out together. That's cute. I like the way that turned out. It's just different. It's a little different. It's not typical. It's not what you would expect. Hey, Katerina, buy the cookies, right? I got to get Mrs. Tweed on the phone. She makes, the kids, they do such a good job. They do such a good job. I need to take Mrs. Tweed's class over at the Votech. I do. I'm not good about this stuff. Kathy's asking, if you're a member of the club now, can you buy one of the past stencils? You may be able to. It's based on quantities, because quantities are limited. They're buy-in quantities for the club members, but there may be some extras. So what you would need to do is to email them and ask them, and they will make arrangements. Now, in the future, those of you who are Stencil of the Month Club members, their goal is in the future to have a separate website available for you to purchase any of the quantities that they have available from past designs. They don't have that set up yet, but that is their goal, that they would have a separate site for club members. So if you join, it just opened in November. So if you join in April and you're looking back and saying, man, I wish I could get my hand on that snowman set, if it's available, you'll be able to buy it. They'll make it available to you. That's their goal. Right now, they don't have that site set up, so you can email them and ask them at subscription@essentialstencil.com. Cake cookies work great. What the heck is that, Susan? Wait a minute. Somebody did suggest a cake cookie. When I asked here on the Comfy Nest page for cookie recipes, somebody did, now that you say that, somebody had like a devil's food cake maybe recipe. Thank you, Michelle. She says, I love your ideas. You guys, I'm so honored you're here. I'm so grateful. When we're done with the live, if you would please, couple of things. There should be somewhere on the live feed that you're looking at, there should be a little bell. If you click on that, you can change your notifications so that whenever I go live, you'll get a notification. What that means is if you're on Facebook and you're cruising around on Facebook and I go live, a little screen will pop up and say, Grace at the Comfy Nest is live right now if you want to join her, and then it goes away. So that you have the opportunity to join if that live if you want to. You don't have to, but it just gives you the notification. Okay, so change those notifications. And if you would, could you please go like my page? I really do. I wanted to hit 5,000 followers. I'm really stretching for that. So share my page if you don't mind with your friends and family who you think might get value. Don't just willy-nilly share it with anybody. Like if you think that they would enjoy hanging out with us, do that. No, Trish, she's asking, will they ever let us buy the stencils that you can't purchase? No, the whole point of the club is it's exclusive. So the sets are only available to club members. That's part of the exclusive. It's kind of like part of being in the club is they're paying that fee to get a monthly stencil, and it's created just for them. So if you want to have those stencils, then join the club. You can join for 1 month. You can join for 3 months, and there's a discount for those 3 months, or you can sign up and prepay for 6 months. You get 20% off the price of the 6 months, and you get the cute little apron. So that's the idea. That's the idea. I always tell people, go with the apron, because if you think you're just going to stick with it and you're going to enjoy those stencils every month, get your apron. All right, let's see. I'm going to be pulling a winner soon, but let me get my little snowflakes. I'm going to do a couple of little snowflakes here on the bottom. Nothing major, but I am going to make them dark because the snowflakes are pretty little. There are other snowflakes in the other sets of stencils, and I didn't pull them out because it's only a 5-inch sign, you guys. It's not very big. I'm worried about right here. I don't want to get paint on that part of the red, my buffalo plaid. So I'm just going to put a little piece of tape. Hold on. I'll break a tooth while I'm at it, right? That would just be so convenient, wouldn't it? And Joanne says, I don't think I'll ever leave the club. Hearts to you, girlfriend. I love that. And you know, we have that private group just for club members and brand ambassadors. So we're chit-chatting in there, and it's a really, really active, fantastic group of people sharing lots of pictures of projects that they've done, and people asking questions like, where did you get that? Or can you tell me about that paint color that you use? It's been really, really fun to just kind of witness that and be in there. I'm not going to dirty this other one if I don't have to. I'm just going to keep, you guys laughing at me almost breaking my teeth. I try to be so efficient, and it doesn't always work out. Like, that would have been good. Break my tooth right before vacation. Oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to do to get ready, you guys, for us to go. And I love it, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to see my sister Kathy. I'm so excited. I was thinking about her and her cooking because she's a really good cook. And I was thinking, I can't wait to have some of her mushrooms. She makes these fantastic stuffed mushrooms, usually for the holidays. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And a break. It's going to be a break. I won't be online as much, but I'll definitely be doing my 2 Thursday lives for Essential Stencil from Florida. So hopefully you join us for that. Okay, I'm going to try to add another snowflake just to tie in the 3 snowflakes on the bottom. I got these cute 3 little ones down here. Where there's like open spots here, I'm just going to add a snowflake or 2 because I want it to just look really coordinated. And because it's so limited in space, I'm going to hang the stencil off the board a little bit so that the snowflake isn't fully on the board. It's kind of like partially on the board. Like we're only getting part of the picture of that snowflake. You see? Just part of it. You're welcome, Vicki. She says, thanks for sharing your ideas. I'm honored too. I'm honored that you give me the space and time to do that in your day. Would love it if you'd like and follow my page. That's so helpful to me. Brush my mouth. I'm trying to be efficient, and it's sometimes you could also say I'm kind of lazy. I'm trying to be efficient. Like, I don't know. I put my brush down, it rolls away, it gets on something it's not supposed to. I'll stick it in my mouth. All right, so I'm just doing like partial snowflakes here. Willy-nilly here and there. There's hardly any room in the ends to put one, but up here in the A's, I got this space right here. So I'm going to try to put, I think, almost a full one right here. And my tin foil, I don't want my stencil to sit in the tin foil of paint. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. I'm going to add just a little bit more paint. I usually go into my offload pile to grab the paint, but this is really dry. Really, really, really dry. So I'm going to go in and grab a little more. Just tiny, tiny bit. Go to my offload, and I work it in, and I offload. See how much? It's too much. I offload. Okay, so see where I finished offloading, how dry that is? You want a dry brush. I promise you, there is paint inside the bristles that'll come off on this snowflake. You'll see it. but you want it to be a real dry brush so you don't end up with like the paint oozing underneath your stencil and getting bleed through. All right, so see, you saw me like prep that brush. See that? No bleed through because it was nice dry brush and it's plenty of paint. I don't need any more on there. I'm just wondering, can I fit one more darn snowflake? Let me hold this up. I'm gonna back up a little and hold it up. Deb, thank you for saying that. Thank you. It's so fun to hang out with you guys. Here's an easy cookie recipe. 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. Mix and bake at 350. 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. Does that make 1 cookie? What? There's no flour. How is that possible? You're blowing my mind here. All right, not the Stencil a Month stencils. I'm talking about the freebies that they gave out. No, those will not be available. The tinsel, tangle, the bells, etc. I mean, no, those will not be made available. Those were all pre-order specials. Like those who pre-ordered, those were made like specials for those folks who pre-ordered. All right, here we go. Santa, stop here. Look at how small this is. It's so reasonable, so easy to carry. It's so easy to place on your porch. You could put it like, if you know, some people have like little wooden chairs on their porch that they put a pot on, like a flowers or mums in the fall. They could even put this on there. It's small enough that they could put this on there and it would be elevated a little bit and showing really easily. It's small enough they probably could put a little hook on the back and hang it on the wall because it's so small. Like, look at how much narrower it is than the full board. That would be a full 11-inch board that we would use. It's like 11 3/4. We call it a 12-inch board. See the difference? It's so much more narrow. And what a big difference between this red and that red. That's Barn Red from Dixie Belle, and this was that crimson from Cracker Barrel, and they both work just fine. So when you guys ask me a lot, what was the color of red and what brand? And I say, you know what? Just go get a red you like. Seriously, you can also mix, like I did think about with this crimson to mix it with some black because I really love the deep red color, but you don't have to have 5 reds in your collection of paint. You can have 1 red and you can mix in black to make it darker, or you can mix in white or tan to make it lighter, or to even make it pink. So don't stress yourself out too much. If you see one of us doing a project and you think, but I don't have those brushes, but I don't have that paint, it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. Just whatever paint, whatever makeup wedge, whichever brush or sponge you have, it works. Totally works. All right, we got to pick some names for some winners. Thank you, Sharon. She says, cute. That makes a batch of cookies. Susan, you're blowing my mind with that. It's grain-free. That's what's blowing my mind. But I don't try not to eat peanuts and eggs. Eggs I have a sensitivity to, although I love them. But I learned I have a sensitivity. There's just so many things I can't or shouldn't eat. Not that I can't. I can, but then I always suffer. Joanne says, I use Apple Barrel and Mix all the time. I love them and they're super cheap, right? They are. Look how big that bottle is too. I've had this thing for a long time. I'm so glad you think it turned out great. I am going to top coat it. This is my favorite top coat. That's the one I'm going to use. I think I'm going to leave the back of it blank, and I think I am going to write some like little cheerful message with a marker on the back with like the date, you know, something about Secret Santa and Merry and Blessed Christmas and the date. So I think I'm going to leave the back of it blank. Mary says, I'm at the doctor's office watching and threw doctor off because I'm dressed in an elf shirt with striped pants. That's cute. Oh, I said Cracker Barrel instead of Apple Barrel. Ah, Cracker Barrel's that restaurant. We don't have one near here. Like the closest one's like 3 hours away. And I love that restaurant. That's hilarious, Vanessa. Thank you for pointing it out. You knew what I meant though, right? Because I held it up. I just said it wrong. Maybe I'm hungry. All I've eaten was a couple of those little shortbread cookies, which I should not be eating, but I did. Okay, so this is the set I used today. I used this, although I didn't use all of the parts. Did not use that guy, and I did not use the belt. And then I also used this set, okay? The 3 8-inch by 8-inch buffalo plaid. These are like, I feel like these are so, like I want to say must have because I use this all the time. I'm using buffalo plaid all the time. It's just such, like everybody loves it. It's just universal. Okay, let me pull 3 names. Miss Cracker Barrel, right? I love that you guys can laugh with me. Laugh, it's good stuff, right? You gotta have a sense of humor. Okay, let me get a notepad out so I can write down the names of the winners. The 3 people who were picked, I need you to just email. You could do either one. There's support@essentialstencil.com, or you can email subscription@essentialstencil.com if you're a winner. If you have to just, because you can't remember and you won, private message me with your mailing address and your email, and we'll make sure you get a set, okay? So I'm going to go through. Oh my, and Mimi says, I'm sad because our closest Cracker Barrel is 45 minutes away. I think ours is like 3 hours away, and I do love that place. Oh, yay. Joanne says, you so help us step out of the box. That's what I want is for you guys to just feel really free. Like, just go for it. Just have some fun. Have some fun with your stuff. You must be hungry. I am hungry. This is what happens is I don't end up thinking about eating until like 1 or 2, and then I'm starving, which is, it's not healthy. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. All right, let me post some names. I'm going to scroll. I'm scrolling because there are a lot of folks. Thank you for sharing. For those of you who did, thank you for sharing the video. Thank you for liking and following my page. I'm honored to have your company. Do the same with Essential Stencil. I switch off every week. So this week I'm here at the Comfy Nest. Next week I'll be live on the Essential Stencil page, and I go back and forth. The other brand ambassadors are just on the Essential Stencil page. So I'm honored to have you here. I really am honored and blessed to have you here, and love to have your company. Love to have you like and follow my page so I can keep in touch with everybody. Let me pull some names. I'm just scrolling, okay? I'm scrolling randomly. Diana Robbins, you are our first winner. So let me write the name down. Diana Robbins, the comment that won you. I do have an old shed, but no heat. Okay, we were talking about craft rooms and spaces where we craft. You need heat, girlfriend. All right, Lynne Avery, you're our next winner. Lynne Avery, such pretty names. The comment that won her, I haven't tried yet, but they have heavy duty Velcro strips like the Home Depot that are supposed to work better. Cool. All right, we were talking about how to hang things on the wall. And then the next winner is Karen Kelly Treya. And her comment, let me write her name down before, sometimes the scrolling goes so fast when you guys comment that I lose it. And then I'm like, what was her last name? Treya, Karen Kelly Treya. Her comment was, I have the Buffalo Plaid stencil, but have yet to try it. Okay, everybody tell Karen, go Buffalo stencil everything. Everything in your house. It's so fun. Buffalo Plaid it. All right, those are our 3 winners. Diana Robbins, Lynne Avery, and Karen Kelly Treya. Email them or message me, whatever works for you. But if you email them, tell them that you want on Grace's Live on Thursday, and they'll know, because I will verify, I will send the 3 names to them so they can verify the winners. So just either way, email them at support@essentialstencil.com or message me. Either way, doesn't matter. We'll make sure that you get your stencils. Thank you guys for joining in. I so appreciate your company. I do. I appreciate all your input and your comments and your giggling with me. It's really good to have so much company when I do this stuff. I think Melissa plans to do her Secret Santa Porch giveaway on Tuesday when she does her live. I'm going to ask her about that because I don't know. I was kind of planning on doing it in a different live. So we'll figure that out, but watch. It'll be done on the Essential Stencil page. So go over there if you want to see us gift these off to people. Go over there and make sure that you like and follow their page too. And in the description of this page are all my links. So if you want to see my Amazon store and some of those craft supplies that I love, the mat especially, and if you want to know how to get a text on your phone when Essential Stencil goes live, the instructions on how to do that, you text live to a number. I can't remember what the number is. But if it's in the description of this, so you can hop on there and grab that for yourself. Okay, you guys, have a beautiful, blessed day. Take care of yourself. Don't eat too many cookies. I'll talk to you later.